What's up, guys? I ended up recording this video. I got like 7 minutes in. I realized I wasn't even showing the game to play on the screen. I wasn't recording the video. Back with some more Doom. Or not Doom, Warhammer Boltgun. Basically Doom. Doom inspired. And, you know, this is the beginning of Chapter 1, or Chapter 2, Part 1. You start a desert. This is a much better setting for me because Chapter 1 shows like foggy castles and military bases. I really couldn't see the enemies from that far away, but now I can like try this crystal clear vision. Apparently when you start a new chapter you lose all your weapons, so I only have the bolt gun. I have to find the weapons again, which will probably take maybe just this one part, this one mission. Maybe it'll take a couple missions. But you know, I really only play this game in anticipation for DLC. Because all the DLC, that's why I'm going to play it. Oop. But like, I don't know if I'm going to be finished in time by the DLC to come out and start that. You know, I've been playing some other Doom-inspired games, and there's actually this whole genre, there's this engine that they came out with, I guess it was kind of recently, Z-Doom, and there's tons of games that are made, like, with the Doom engine that have these different themes and art styles and stories, made by, like, these random developers, tons of them, and, you know, since I played Boltgun, I kind of got back into shooters. And even more, coincidentally, you know, I find all these Z-Doom games that are basically like this type of game. They're more like basically Doom games. This is like this isn't a Z game. This is like a game inspired by those type of games that was made by whatever studio Warhammer has for like their games and all that. But you know, even after playing this is kind of like a walk in the park comparatively, because Doom, especially games that are just like off the engine, aren't really tweaked. Like aren't all built up from like something unique. Like just straight like something with Doom, something that's Doom with like spaceship skin over it, like a spaceship aesthetic and all that. You know, or like medieval aesthetic. There's even a game where like you have like magical wizard powers, and it's like a medieval. Looks medieval. That's like, I haven't played it, but it looks pretty good. You know, it's just so tough because the enemies, you see these projectiles, I can dodge these. And Doom, you just will shoot, you can't see anything. You just get hit or you don't. So this is like, to me, a walk in the park at this point. Like, this is even the highest difficulty, but, you know, it's still hard, but it isn't as hard because there's actually like a little bit of like sense to be had. Like in these Z-Doom games, there's like zero way you're gonna dodge it unless you're dodging like the entire person's like front. Like when you dodge, you won't be able to see the person you're dodging anymore because you have to like jump out of the way that much. You know, as far as this game goes, you know, this is Chapter 2, like I said, beginning of Chapter 2. I'm gonna try to rush the rest of the game, you know, but still enjoy it. You know, rush through it means I'm gonna play more. And hopefully I can finish up by the time DLC comes out. And on top of that, I mean, yeah, I guess just make sure I finish it by the time DLC is here. I would say one-on-one, like one-to-one, the enemies in this game are just super tough and challenging. I got the shotgun. can I pick up these grenades? Jesus. I'm not gonna keep comparing them because these are just games that in this day and age are contributing to like the shooter franchise or the shooter genre. But it's better just to enjoy them and not compare them and tear them apart because they are based on classic games. You know what I'm saying? They're based on classic Doom. You know what I'm saying? On old school shooters. So like just enjoy them because they don't have to release these type of games. These games have already been done. But these are way better. Like these are just so much more high quality. Definitely like a good thing in my opinion. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I have the key. I found the red key. Must have been on somebody. Should be able to go down here and get it out of here. I don't even know what those do. Apparently the track rounds eat through the enemy. Yeah, so you know, I've been playing the time frame of recording this. It's like the headspace I'm in. I'm playing a lot of Smite 2, a lot of X-Define, a lot of these old school shooters, or old school inspired shooters. And it's a pretty intense period to be playing games and recording because it's just straight up competitive, straight up fast paced shooter action, or you know, Smite's pretty competitive, I guess. And it's definitely like something I'm kind of learning to appreciate is people that make games that aren't like the hardcore player. They kind of, you know, in actuality, are responsible for like people having like memories or having like this idea of games feeling like more casual. Like that's what sticks. Like a Pokemon game or something. Like that's what people would remember. Yeah, that would be like the time period. And like, I think it's cool. Like it doesn't really mean like people are bad or anything. It just means they don't really resonate with like that, like remembering some super intense game like this. Or playing it on highest difficulty even, like, you're right, like you don't have to do that. But to me it's like, the best part about games is playing a game you never played before and like not really understanding it and just playing it anyway, and not even knowing what to do. Especially like when you're young, like you didn't even, a lot of times you didn't know what to do. It was just so much fun. Like you made your own fun for the most part because you didn't even know what to do. You know, to me that's like more magical. Okay. This way? That's where I came from? Empty. Like to me, the fun in this is that it's so challenging. That goes right in line with me not knowing how to play a certain game when I was a kid and it being magical. Right? Like you make your own fun, like you make this a challenge, you put difficulty up, you know, you play how you want to, you run through it, and you know, it's exhilarating, I guess you could say, right? It gets your heart going. exhilarating. I think people that be more responsible, like, you know, what sticks, or are close to what sticks, like just casual Pokemon gaming or something. I think those are like a different type of person. Like people like that probably don't even really play games. Like they're not like a big gamer type of person. It just shows that video games are good and like they're fun to play, but they're not. It's not always about it being some intense, you know, like challenging situation. Sometimes they're just like wholesome, right? And to me, oh. I wouldn't say wholesome, but you know, this to me is good enough. It doesn't have to be wholesome. To me, it's like something wholesome because it's like, oh, it's like an understanding almost, right? It's like the makeshift aspect. A bunch of random people playing like Xify together in a lobby, just going crazy to try to take each other out. You know, doing the best like they can do, like trying as hard as they can. Like that whole aspect to me is like what gaming is, like co-op. Like back in the day, I remember I got Resident Evil 5, and like first day I played with my buddies. It's just a magical experience. Like I didn't even know anything about Resident Evil. Like that was my first Resident Evil game I played. Right? That like I could coherently understand. Like I was like old enough to understand what was going on. It was Resident Evil 5, so it was like the most action-packed. It was co-op. It was even better. It just was so fun. Like we barely played it. Like we played for like an hour or two, and then you know we let it go. It just was such a great experience. You know what I'm saying, like it wasn't about us understanding the story or understanding what the Ouroboros fire was, or having like watched some more video about it. It was just that you know it was made magical by us running from the enemies, you know, screaming, you know, laughing and all that. Right? I feel like a lot of people don't get those opportunities a lot in life to have like their buddies and things being just made magical. It's not really about like the actual thing going on, like just what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like people might not even know what Warhammer is, and they end up seeing this game or playing it, and they're like, "Wow, like these monsters, they look really weird, they look cool." But in the Warhammer universe, these are like just regular, basically characters, regular factions, like widely understood and known things. But like maybe some people seeing that originally and having like that spark, or like I said, like making something out of nothing, just like enjoying it, not really understanding everything. They might go and watch like a 30-hour lore video about Warhammer or anything, right? Or like Resident Evil. Yeah, this map, I guess it's because it's the first map in this chapter. Very easy, comparatively to like where I was at in the last few missions in chapter 1. And much easier to see. Like there's a little bit of fog over there, but it's like orange. It's not like just white, gray fog on a black, dark background. Like that's basically what I was going through. Like what you can see over there, like that's what I saw the whole time. Right over there. Really couldn't see anything. Very hard. Okay, we're supposed to go. I guess this +5 upgrade I have is like permanent for the mission. This way? Yeah, this way. You know, hopefully my channel can evolve and become a shooter channel. Like I play like Xdefiant. You know, that's not really the same. That's not really what I mean. But like, it is pretty high-speed action. Or it's pretty much high-speed action. I mean, like, Boltgun, you know, X or Z Doom games, right? Like, hopefully that can be a good period of time for my channel where I can just enjoy the games at a high level and not really stress about it being, like, this long story I have to, like, record and make sure I don't skip the dialogue. Just something I can just blaze through and it being, like, that's how you play the game. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back.